So this is her name is Angel Ikatosh. I think that's Russian. I think it is. I think she's a streamer that speaks English and also Russian. I mean, she's beautiful. I mean, she's pretty. She's pretty. But she is talking about the censorship in Oblivion Remaster. And this has been something that I've been thinking about for a while now. Because I would play a little bit of the original Oblivion, and then I would play the Oblivion Remaster, and I would see something, and I'm just like, wait a minute. Something's changed. But she's going to let us know, because she's played more of the game than I have. Yeah, she'll let me know what's up. So let's go ahead and hear about her. She's cute as fuck. Yo, does she... I didn't realize that she has the Amulet of Kings. Joffrey, is it true you have the Amulet of Kings?
Oblivion Remaster has been the talk of the town, and it's no wonder. Its sudden announcement and subsequent release is an event that breathed new life into the existing fanbase, and it also opened the door, or an Oblivion gate, for a lot of new players that haven't experienced the game before. Though most of the responses and discourse around the game has been overwhelmingly positive, and I think deservedly so, there have been a few things that have sparked controversy right off the bat and resulted in some heated debates.
Yeah, that was stupid. Don't ever do that again.
It hasn't actually hurt the game in any way. People that had some issues just modded them out and moved on. Though
That's what I did.
I myself am very positive about this release, and I've really been enjoying playing the game. There are a few things that I've noticed that...
She's married. Should we stop the video right now? I'm just kidding. I'm just fucking. I'm just fucking.
that don't really make sense to me, or I guess I just don't really understand why they would go out of their way to change them. It seems that in the remaster, female characters and depictions of women in general have been noticeably toned down or even censored. While they may seem like small things if you come across them,
That's not
I
small.
don't actually think they ruined the game, if you look at the bigger picture and how many things were affected by these particular changes, you'll start to notice a bit of a pattern that is perhaps setting a precedent and a new standard for future Elder Scrolls games. And
I think she's right, but also, can I talk about the overall shading of the game, because I put a reshader on to fix all this. The sun on the without the game, without mods, the sun definitely has a sort of heat beam blast on, like if it's a clear day. I definitely during around like 6 p.m. or 5 p.m. the area has this reddish sort of heat beam until it's night out, but it seems to have it almost through the whole day. Do you know what I mean? This is why a lot of people were like, there's a lot of brown going on. That's actually fucking true. The area does have greenery, but they're doing something with the sun where they gave the sun this sort of here's the thing. This is what they did. Everything in the area in Oblivion is green, but they gave the sun this sort of Mad Max sand everywhere beam all over the world. That's what it is. They're not doing regular light. You know what I mean? When you have the sun up, not obviously the sun is yellow, you know, it's a whitish yellow, you know, obviously it's bright. It's bright. But it's matching that sort of light with the rest of the world. And I wish the developers would realize, you do realize it would be bright outside, but we're not trying to match the sun's brightness. Does that make any sense? Like they're just like, oh, the sun is bright and yellow, so the world should be also bright and yellow. And I'm like, no, this ain't fucking Mad Max. This ain't Fallout. What the fuck? So I think the Virtuos needs to like literally fix that, like change that lighting. They should fix that. They should fix a lot of shit. But I think that's what they did, was that lighting of the sun. It's just, they're just like, oh yeah, there's no, the world is sand. We're in Saudi Arabia. And I'm like, what the fuck? No, when it's bright out, we see all the bright colors, the greenery, the hues. Anyway, I could talk about that all day.
And really games in general.
Amber lens.
Unfortunately, I think
Wood
that a
pit.
lot of these
Perfect.
changes were made while ignoring the deeper context of the world, and it's not entirely clear what the purpose of making these changes was. There definitely was.
It's a clear purpose of why they changed it. They changed it for political reasoning. They couldn't stand it, so they changed it. One, Virtuos is in France, so yeah. I mean, there's good developers in France. I mean, Expedition 33. I mean, I'm just saying, there's certain people in the political ideology spectrum that there's fat and ugly bitches that are working there, and they're just like, I don't like this. I don't like this. So they change it. I'm sorry, but that's just how it is. And also, Bethesda and Microsoft have certain initiatives, DEI, that say, hey, you need to change this. That's just how it is. It sucks, but Oblivion's great. I'm always gonna... By the way, I'm not hating on Oblivion Remastered, so if anybody's out there going like, Oblivion's great, shut the fuck up, alright? Alright, wrap it up. Wrap up those little fucking emotions in your brain. I love Oblivion Remastered, alright? Hold your gonads, alright? But I'm gonna recognize issues, okay? Let's not do this whole Stalker 2's great, but it can't run. Stop that shit. Stop it. I'm gonna recognize faults. That's just how we are. That's how we gotta be.
Was some sort of a purpose, because it cannot be a coincidence that all of these things were changed, but again, it's just not clear because there is a bit of inconsistency there as well. Today we're going to talk about the changes and some of the censorship affecting female characters.
Wait. Is that the same statue from before? Like, I can recognize that the statue should do something, but obviously there's a big change. I mean, she's got a rack. I mean, she's got a pair of tits. I could understand that they want to do a certain position or certain, pose for her instead of her just standing there, but you changed that?
In the game, and the kind of message that perhaps unintentionally or maybe intentionally. Before we get started, hi, my name is Angelica, and I'm planning to do a sort of a special live stream soon to celebrate 100k. This is going to be kind of like a Q&A style live stream. We haven't done one of those since before I had even less than 20k subscribers, so I thought that it would be a really good time to repeat that. But before we can do the stream, a very special package has to arrive, so stay tuned for that. Now, in my last video, I know
we already got the package, okay? We already got the package, all right? 2 lovely packages. One is you. That's wholesome. You thought it was going to be something different. And then the other package is the Amulet of Kings. Anyway, let's continue the video.
Noticed maybe 1 or 2 subtle things when analyzing the clothing in the game that kind of surprised me in terms of the changes that were made and why would they have changed that. Some pieces used to be a bit more off-shoulder, for example. Others accentuated the curves and the figure of your character a lot more.
Yeah.
They weren't afraid to show a little bit more skin in something low-cut. That said, I don't think that the original version of Oblivion was ever particularly out there or sexy. Sure, their clothes may have appeared more flattering, but I thought that it was all very reasonable and it didn't ever raise any eyebrows. Other than that, everybody was equally a potato. Some potatoes were just very feminine.
Yeah.
It fit the world perfectly. The remastered version has hidden much of what I said in the previous video.
Yeah, right there. There was supposed to be a little bit of cleavage there. And you could even tell by the way the dress is kind of scrunched up to cover any sort. I don't know why they're hiding anything. They didn't give anybody any tits in this game, so I don't know what they're hiding. You know what I mean? I'm over here just like, what are you fucking hiding? You ain't got no tits. Congratulations, we made a game that looks like you, okay? Everybody's old, everybody's dusty, everybody's ugly. Congratulations. All right? He's like, guess what the devs look like that made this game? They look like the characters in the game. That's right. That ogre that works at the Slash and Smash. That's the developers. I think they're great. They did an amazing job on this game. But I see what you did, okay? All of them. He's like, all right, I'm just saying. All right, I'm just saying. We would have liked beautiful female characters and awesome, attractive men, but I know, I get it. We have to have some potato-looking characters, but we have to have beautiful characters as well. I think there was one character that looked manly and kind of like what girls would like, and it was literally a guy that was in the Shivering Isles, and he always talks about bones. I don't know, that was the closest manly person in the whole game.
Gave flair and an attitude to certain things. Others have been just straight up changed in what kind of feels like an attempt at censorship. I totally missed the huntsman's vest and pants in the clothing video because, to be honest, I actually didn't recognize them.
Whoa! Yeah, these mods need to come back. Mods have to come back, bro. Mod it. Just mod it. Yeah, these mods. I'm gonna have to bring out these mods, bro. Every single time the mods have to fix every fucking thing. That is so fucking... So it's the same name. We know exactly who would wear that ugly fur clothing. Okay, if you're if you have some sort of political ideology, okay, let me guess, you like animals, right? You like cats, you like dogs. Okay, here's what I gotta say. You would hide the tatas, but you would be okay with me killing someone's dog and putting it over my shoulders. Is that what you're saying? No. Hold up. You hate the fact that there would be people that would oogle at somebody's tatas with a bikini and shit, so you would hide the female, but you're okay with somebody cutting up somebody's dog or cat or something and wearing that ugly fucking vest. Which one? Which ideology do you want? Do you want to hide the females or do you want to protect the dogs and cats? Which one is it? Yo, they
when I came across them. I guess I didn't think twice about it at the time because this is the version that the male characters wear, and I recognized it from that.
See, we'll wear the fur shit. We don't give a fuck. Nice six-pack, by the way. Fucking elf.
So it just slipped past me.
So that's the male
version.
version.
Mandela effect, I guess. Now here's the thing. This is what they changed it to, and it was always called a vest, so I guess this makes it closer to its...
Nah, hun. You're being nice. You're being nice. I appreciate it. You're being nice. Well, I guess it's called a vest. I appreciate you. You're trying to be nice. Let's bring it to brass tacks, okay? They made a remake, okay? A remake, okay? So they have meticulously made everything almost the same. Sometimes they even kept a couple of the same bugs in the original Oblivion. But they had enough fucking energy to be like, Maggie? Yes, Hannah? This has got to change. These white cis males are gonna ruin our video game. And I'm like, you fucking fat bitches. You know what? It don't matter. Mods. Yeah. Can you change this? You already did? Cool. Awesome.
Name. But I don't think that that's why they changed it. If they were really worried about sticking true to the name of items, then perhaps the black finery would be black and not brown, right? This is something...
What the fuck? Wait.
Something else.
Hold up. That's the same dress that you showed me. That was supposed to be black. Wait, what is wrong with their coloring? She just showed me this dress and it was completely black. What is wrong with their coloring? First, we got an amber lens fucking sun outside, and now we got a burnt ass dress. Like, it's a black dress, but black finery, and you give people that? Bro, what is up? Color is so important. I think Expedition 33 did that. Color is so important in Expedition 33. You know the gradient counter in Expedition 33? I'll talk about this later when I do an actual final review. There's a gradient counter and the enemy attacks you and it's a powerful attack. They turn the whole screen gray. Like this gray, like I'm deleting the hope of you winning this battle. Like that sort of gray. Gray is a good color of despair. And so if you counter that fucking gradient counter, they take all the gray off the screen. Your character wraps it up in a ball and is like, not today, bitch. And it's like a symbol of hope. You see what I'm saying? That's a good way of using color in art. These motherfuckers didn't understand that fucking assignment. Jesus.
This is something else, and it's something that I will explore in this video and show you more examples of. But specifically looking at the Huntsman's Vest, to me, this was a totally unnecessary change that I think nobody would ever complain about if they left it like before. People keep saying that the changes that appear to be so radical in the remaster were done in the name of embracing a more realistic look. But I feel like that all goes out the window when you think of an NPC that wears this clothing, so Branwen came to mind, and this particular change has made her and her situation look really silly and out of place. For context, this is a Redguard woman that can be found in the Imperial City Arena district, sparring with an Argonian named Salith in the hopes of making it in the arena. In the original, their outfits, or lack of clothes, perfectly fit their situation. This place is like a mini gym, and her attire is perfectly comfortable for what she's doing. It's sort of like a sports bra vibe. In the remaster,
That's actually true, because if you look at it, if you look at it, I don't think, if you're a woman, you don't want to fight somebody in a fucking itchy ass fur shit, and you're, you know, training outside, and all you got is just some regular rags. You don't want to fight with that ugly, you know, fucking itchy ass furry shit. You're gonna get fur between here, and that's got to be fucking annoying. Why don't you just stick with the source material?
without any context, you go up to this and it just...
Can I also add another thing? First of all, they changed the way she looks. I thought she was not a Redguard, because also I want to talk about that Argonian as well. Okay, the same people?
A sports bra vibe.
Okay, so the hair is the same for the Argonian. Fine. Why is it that you made... This is supposed to be a fucking Redguard, right?
And her attire is perfectly comfortable for what she's doing. It's sort of like a sports bra vibe. In the remaster, without any context, you go up to this and it just looks like two homeless people fighting. You can see here that first of all...
Why did you not only change her hair, which I know you guys care about, I know you devs care about that shit, why did you change her hairstyle? And also, why did you give her this sort of... Why did you give her this Moco Coco? She was light-skinned. You know there's black people that are light-skinned? That you literally had that in the first one. This one, she's just like, you know, she like, you know what I mean? Let me stop. Let's
censorship
continue.
Doesn't extend to male characters as...
See what I mean? Who the fuck is that? Who the fuck? That's not the same person. This Argonian perfectly matches who he was in the previous one. I don't know who the fuck this lady is. She ain't even close. I have seen the characters in the OG version, some of the characters in the OG version, and then they match them. But for some odd reason, when it comes to black people, they're just like, all of you need to be dark as fuck and old. And each and every one of you should have the biggest fucking lips I've ever seen. And I'm like, nigga, what the fuck? Can at least one of us be attractive? You all are attractive. Nah, bitch. Nah, bitch. No, we aren't. Who the fuck is this? Even in the OG version of this one, she looked like the hair and yeah. Where's the, okay? You got the bun on the top, but what's this right here? Where's that at? You in this one, you just took the little hair on the side. You took that away. Where's the light skin? Okay, all right, all right. So you're making a remaster, and you watch every single block on a damn fucking wall, and the way the horses look, you guys get the armor correct or even adjust it to make it look cooler, but then you stop, look, and listen when you see a black person, and you're just like, oh yeah, every one of these niggas need to look like Harriet Tubman. Get the fuck out of here, bruh. Get the fuck out of here. This was your one chance to make one woman look like Zendaya. Not beautiful, not ugly, just mid. You know what I mean? That's exactly what the OG one was. That's exactly what this was. That's Zendaya right there. With bigger tits.
This censorship doesn't extend to male characters, as they didn't decide to put a shirt
The side
on
bangs?
him,
Gotcha.
but she's wearing this warm, furry vest to work out. Before this, in the original, the shirtless Argonian was completely fine, and I don't think you ever needed to ask them what they were doing to get the picture.
Oh, skip the
now,
argument.
her look has had a direct impact on his, and they just look like beggars from the waterfront district having a disagreement. It looks ridiculous, and it was something that did not
Even
need
she
to be
says
changed
it.
at all.
Even she says
kind
it.
of ruined the particular scene here. No, it's not game breaking, but it's the sort of jank that's like not really charming.
No, it's not really charming because it's not really charming, but people care. If you're playing video games, you like art more than you know. Do you understand me? If you're playing video games, you like art more than you know. You're gonna say, oh, I don't really care about that. You do. If it's a game that you truly enjoy, you do. If somebody comes out and gives you a game that you think is unforgettable, and then they remake that game, and then they change the thing that brings the nostalgia out of you, then you're going to be like, oh, this isn't right. Or they get the music wrong, and you're like, that's not right. Or they change the story, and you're just like, yo, you're messing with my favorite thing in the world. I'm telling you, you like art more than you know. I'm just saying.
Definitely funny looking, but not in a good way. Armor is also a bit of a hot topic right now, kind of for the same reasons. So, in the original Oblivion, some of the armor looked quite different depending on whether you played a male or female character. Granted, not all of the armor had these differences. For example, the steel armor kind of looked the same on both men and women, so it's important to have this context and those facts before we go and get our pitchforks. Don't worry, there will be time for pitchforks later. Some really notable differences can be seen in things like the iron armor, the amber armor set,
Bruh, there's an amber armor? That's cool.
the chainmail armor, the pit armors and stuff worn in the arena, and several others that you'll notice too. What they appear to have done is taken away the elements that incorporated the female form and made all armor look more bulky and...
It's Veilguard all over again. Let's go back. I want to look at all of it.
Text and those facts before we go and get our pitchforks. Don't worry, there will be time for pitchforks later. Some really notable differences.
That one right there. You heard titty armor and you were like, oh, my body, my choice. And I'm like, hold up, you ugly bitch. First of all, you don't need to worry about your body. Ain't nobody coming for that shit. Also, it's a fucking video game. Just do like you did in the fucking video game. Make it have a little bit of femininity, but also give it some armor. Give it to be like, oh, it's got protection. Also, it's got a little bit of femininity for the ladies, for the girls out there. Holla back. I hear you, ladies. This is what you got. I hope you enjoy. Or fellas, here you go. This is what you got. If you want to pay a female, this is what you got. Have fun. You eliminated that and said, fuck you, stop being a gooner, because for some odd reasons, humans enjoying the female and male body all of a sudden is a bad thing for some odd reason. How the fuck are we supposed to, like, I don't know, procreate? What, you think What, you think we just all of us men just get hard, at a whim or something? No, we don't get hard at a whim unless it's like morning wood. No, we like people that are attractive and shit. Or if a woman does something attractive. What do you think? We're just like, oh, I got an obligation to get hard even though my wife is fucking ugly. No. Everybody has recognized what is like how things are supposed to be. Also, this is escapism. This is a fucking video game. I didn't come here to fucking be your fucking social study what's it called? What's that class called? Sociology teacher. I'm not here for that shit. I want to have whatever that is on the left. Yo, these mods are going to be kicking off, bruh. These mods are coming.
This can be seen in things like the iron armor, the amber armor set.
That's a big ass fucking change. Like, that amber stuff is really cool, but also, hold up a second. Hold up. Why are you not doing that deep green on that? Not only are you, oh God, guys, God, why are you so fucking stupid with color? Two things. Let women have titty armor. I don't want to hear anybody say like, oh, it's not protection. Nobody gives a fuck, Diane. I don't give a fuck about you, okay? Continue to never have dick in your life, okay? Let us have titty armor. Secondly, do the dark green color of the one on the left. That dark green color gives it that, oh, I have a sort of a ranger sort of style, sort of elven sort of style-esque sort of armor. That dark green gives it a sort of like a ranger-esque sort of like warrior look. The one on the right is like, it's like you're wearing prison clothes. Some prison clothes are orange, some prison clothes are white, and some prison clothes are fucking like this light green and shit. Those are fucking prison clothes. From underneath the amber.
The chainmail armor.
The chainmail armor? Let me see that one. Wait, the chainmail armor. Bro, you took away the fucking titty clamps on the front? Why can't we have the titty clamps? Why? She still looks like a man in the left one. We can't have no titty clamps. We're not even seeing any titties. We can't have... the women can't have two giant lions holding the clasp of the pauldrons. We can't have that? All right. Is there anything else we can't have? We'll leave it up to you since you decide what we can and can't have. Let me go back on that previous one.
Things like the iron armor, the amber
armor,
set, the
chainmail armor one. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm gonna be real honest with you. This chainmail armor sucks on both. I'm sorry. The chainmail armor looks stupid on both. It's just stupid. It's like nobody's gonna wear just chainmail. Like, add some cloth to the chainmail, okay? Add some cloth to it. Don't just go outside in the heat and throw hot steel on your body. Like, give it some cloth look. Okay, obviously we don't really, it's a video game, so we're not really caring about the sun anyway. Give it some clothing instead of, yeah, just put metal on you, bro. No cloth at all, just metal. Both of them sucked.
chainmail armor, the pit armors and stuff worn in the arena, and several others that you'll notice too. What they appear to have done is taken away the elements that incorporated the female form and made all armor look more bulky and...
But you remember the time that I showed you Oblivion, and basically what I did was I made the character turn around. It's at the beginning when I played Oblivion with you. You remember when I turned the character around in character creation, and then what I did was I just changed the character from male to female? Did you notice that the shoulders, the back, everything didn't change at all? The only thing that changed was the head. Was there titties? Who can say? But I looked at the character from the back. I changed the character from male and female, and the only thing that changed was the head. The shoulders stayed the same. The body function changed the same. The arms changed the same. It was like, nigga, is this a Microsoft game? Needed Gambazin
like
under
it. Does on
True.
Characters. So the major argument for doing this, and I can sort of see where they're coming from, is again going for realism. So it is true that armor for the most part was never really made for women or to fit the female body. That is because in many places in the world and many societies, it was widely accepted that war is for men, and only men go to war and need to wear armor.
Yeah, but the thing is, though, it's a fantasy game, and then there's literally women everywhere. She's already going to probably say this already, so she's a smart woman. She already knows what I'm going to say anyway, is that you brought out this fantasy world. I literally just had a necromancer bitch throw a giant ice ball at me, and then she summoned a fucking skeleton. What fucking realism are you fucking talking about, okay? I've seen the combat. Even though the combat is updated, the combat is still... If you look at the combat from a third-person perspective, it looks fucking weird, bruh. It looks fucking weird. Your character's like, hey, I got you. You're dead. Okay, what kind of realism are we talking about? You're not KCD, okay? You're not going... You want realism? Get these fucking women out of combat. What? You wanted realism, right? Get these fucking women out of combat. Get them out of here. Put them back in the fucking kitchen. What? You wanted realism. Oh, okay. So it's just fake realism and you just really don't like... Okay, so you're sticking to your political ideology. Okay, so let's throw out the realism a little bit and let's have people have fun with their characters, be they male or female.
There were a few exceptions, of course, instances where armor may have been made to fit a particular person.
Yeah, but she's attractive, though, so that's kind of different. Also, that armor looks cooler than most armor in Oblivion, so, I mean, there's that.
Like, it's believed that Joan of Arc had her...
Also, she has hips. I'm gonna be honest with you, you're showing a great picture. It's a beautiful picture of a beautiful woman in armor, but I'm gonna let you know that curviness of that armor and that armor to the hip shit, that's gonna turn Microsoft and Bethesda the wrong way. They're like, women in armor, that's right. They don't need to wear that sexy armor those gooners like. And then they're gonna look at the armor at the bottom where it shows that the hips, and they're gonna be like, you guys had us on the first part, not gonna lie. That's what I fucking mean, bro. That's what I mean. Cause this looks...
Armor may have been made to fit a particular person. Like, it's
attractive. Like people notice the attractiveness. Even back then, people noticed that women in armor can look attractive in armor like this. And it even has some like a little bit of femininity in it. And they saw that shit and they were like, no, not today, sir. Not today. I need every woman that puts on armor to look like the mountain in fucking Game of Thrones.
It's believed that Joan of Arc had her armor made specifically for her, courtesy of King Charles VII of France.
Even he knew.
For the most part, if a woman did wear armor, it was just armor that was standard and made for men to begin with. You guys will know that I am somebody that advocates for realism in fantasy worlds, but what I mean by this is that I want to see it grounded within the predefined parameters of any given fantasy world. So my counter argument here is this. Unlike the real world, in Oblivion, women do go to war. In Elder Scrolls in general,
she's saying what I'm saying.
In your first 2 minutes of playing Oblivion, where you meet Captain Renault wearing a full set of Blades armor and escorting the Emperor to safety. That's kind of a big deal. I've sort of touched on this in a video.
I like how in the beginning of this game, the one girl that died that was part of the Blades was actually attractive, and they just made that character attractive on purpose. Like, I've never seen that face, that one female that died in the sewers. I tried to make a beautiful woman, okay? I've never seen an attractive face like that. So they gave her her own sort of official kind of beautiful face, and they said, "Kill this bitch." I mean, it's part of the story. And I'm just like, nigga, you made a beautiful woman, and we can't even make that? And you literally kill her? Maybe you can make a beautiful woman. I tried, though. I tried. But they had a beautiful woman with a beautiful face, and she had, like, the bulky armor. And these developers, like, thank God she dies in 5 minutes. And I was like, nigga, what the fuck? These women are savage.
Before where I spoke about how there don't appear to be the same predefined gender roles in Tamriel as there are in our real world. Therefore, realism in this case would mean that the female form is also taken into account when making armor, as women are out there just as much as men. And again, this was a thing in the original. It was already decided that this is a thing, so I don't see why they couldn't continue with it. I find it—
You know. You know. You're not stupid. Okay, Angel? You know exactly why they did it. They can't make a character out of you, because if they see you and a bunch of guys are talking to you, these developers get angry, okay? I've seen it, okay? I've seen moments when one girl that's attractive is talking to like the hot guy, and the rest of the women that are average or ugly, they have this look in the distance like, oh, hey, Jennifer. Hey, it's good to see you. And I'm over here like, you didn't make that face before when Jennifer was over there talking to Chad. No, you didn't make that same face. I'm just saying, the reason why they make these changes is because it hurts their feelings. I know this sounds stupid. I know what I'm saying sounds fucking stupid, but it's this simple. It's not about, oh shit, objectifying women. It's, oh shit, people are looking at something attractive, but what they should be looking at is people that look like me, or average people that look at me. I know it sounds so fucking stupid. I know. It's like, stop it, cause how can they be like, yeah, girls, secure the bag, do that OnlyFans, your body, your choice. But as soon as men are attracted to hot women, all of a sudden they're like, you can't do that. And I'm like, but you just said for her to secure the bag. Yeah, but don't be a gooner. Don't women are not objects. But she's literally selling herself on OnlyFans. He's like, yeah, but don't give her money. But give her money, but don't give her money. And stop objectifying women. But but her body, her choice. Their mind goes in circles over this shit. I cannot describe you. I cannot describe what I'm saying, but it's like a circle, a never-ending circle in their mind where they want to be right the whole time, and they want to avoid accountability and avoid the truth. And that truth is, we want to see attractive characters in video games, and we don't give a fuck about ugly fat people. I'm sorry. That's what it is. Stick to the fucking original of the Oblivion remaster, please. Stop being weird.
A particularly silly change for things like the amber armor. Like, the concept of amber armor is very fantastical, surreal. Surely with how magical and out of this world this looks, we can allow for it to fit nicely on a female character. So realism is great and all, but it shouldn't get to the point where you're taken out of the fantasy world, especially not in a remaster or remake scenario where you already have a point of reference. Upon further inspection, they did this with statues as well. So if the statue had some curves or a more risque appearance, this would be toned down.
They fucking hate you. They fucking hate you, ladies. They fucking hate you. They love you. Girl, go ahead. We love you. We love the ladies out there. It's like, go ahead, girl. Go ahead. You know, but we fucking hate you. Like I said, it's a never. They've done the same thing to black people. Okay, they've done it to Doctor Who. They're just like, oh, we love black people. Let's make you become Doctor Who. Also gay. Also black. Yeah, it's the first time. I know we're making horrible stories right now. Our numbers are going down. Our number of views are going down. Listen, we might have to fire you because I thought you would be good, but I guess you're just black. You see how fucked up this sounds? This is what goes through their minds. Is when they see something that they're just like, problematic. I fucking hate that word, by the way. I these last 4+ years, there's certain words that I just fucking hate, and one of them is problematic. And they see this, and they're just like, reduce the tits. At least they gave her a certain pose with a spear and stuff. That's nice. But they were just like, we can't have that. And no, they're not doing this out of Christian values, okay? You can stop with that fucking nonsense. They don't believe in God. Or maybe they do. But the only thing that I know about these people is their political ideology stands firm over making a video game that sticks to the source material. They're okay with revamping that arena over there to the left. They're okay with making the stone and the buildings look exactly the same. But when they saw this woman with an actual chest, they were like, bitch. No. That's pretty fucked up.
For example, the Meridia statue in Oblivion looked like this.
Oh, they got rid of that shit. They got rid of that shit. That, first of all, thighs, chest, feminine look, shoulders, hips, and feet, and the clothing. Everybody do it with me. When you turn off the lights.
And in the remastered, they made it look kind of like it does in Skyrim.
Huh? Why don't you just... This is completely... They did this on purpose. Holy shit. At least they showed leg, which is crazy, but they got rid of those tits. They saw the tits and they were like, oh, this looks nice. The clothing looks nice. Make sure that there's, that there's clothing down there with the creases and chop, chop, bitch. Androgynous. At least the face looks feminine. Jesus, you couldn't stay with the source material. And I know Oblivion Remastered is a good game. But I'm gonna let you know right now, Oblivion's gonna be my last Bethesda game. I'm sorry. Oblivion's gonna be my last Bethesda game. I'm telling you right now. Because I can't stand this sort of stuff. I know there's gonna be a new Elder Scrolls, and that's gonna be great and all, but I'm kind of done with this nonsense, okay? Let's continue.
But it's definitely safer for work overall. After seeing this, it kind of occurred.
Dang, they got rid of those tits mad hard. Any ladies in chat have boobies? Yeah, you're gonna have to get rid of those. Come on. Get the kitchen knife. Yeah, the butcher one. Yeah, right there. Thank you. No, the bigger one. Yeah. Cause listen. 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 I know a girl that would get her feelings hurt if she saw you, and you look great. You look beautiful, girl. You look great. You look fantastic. But you're hurting the girls that look fucking ugly. I mean, they look I mean, I don't mean that. I mean, they look nice, but can't we all just be equal? You see what I mean? This is grade A. Let's not hurt anybody's feelings shit right here. This is the shit. How come they kept the racism with the characters, but they got rid of the femininity? You know what I mean? They kept the race. I think the racism in Oblivion would have been too much because it's too prominent in Oblivion, but these little changes would be like, nobody would notice. You know what I mean? Nobody would notice. These mods need to step up.
To me that perhaps they decided to make all of the Daedric shrines look more Skyrim-like. But then I visited Azura, and she was way more toned down and covered up than even the Skyrim version. Damn. Whereas in the original Oblivion, she looked like this.
Dang, they really don't like women. They really don't like women. They fucking hate you. They fucking hate you. No, we're doing this because we don't like any of these guys being perverted. What do you think? We're just going up to the Oblivion statues and just yanking it? Jarvis, delete my last save. What are you thinking?
And if more Skyrim-like was the goal here, why didn't they change the Molag Bal statue to look like it does in ESO?
You know why.
I mean, this depiction of him is arguably better known even, but they decided to stick to the original. Now here's where the consistency falls through, and this is what kind of makes me question the purpose of changing these things at all. Now maybe they missed this, but interestingly, they also didn't change the mermaid statue in Anvil. In fact, I think they maybe even improved her a little bit with the pose.
They improved her a little bit? No, they didn't. She's got a big ass fucking forehead with a fucking chin the size of fucking the Crimson Chin. No, they didn't improve it. I mean, yeah, they gave her a feminine body, but the hands are a little bit too big. Girls mostly, if they're small and dainty, they have smaller hands. They gave this they gave this bitch Edward Scissorhands. Look at her fucking fingers in her hand on the rock. Fucking big ass hand, bitch. The fuck is this? And she got that face looking like fucking Ellie in The Last of Us on fucking HBO. The one at the bottom looks better because it's just like she has a more feminine sort of mermaid, like Little Mermaid sort of look to her. Yeah, the position looks nice, but there's definitely a difference to the face and then to the hands. It's like they failed at art school, but they forgot about art school. I can't tell which one it is. They failed art school or they forgot about art school. They were just like, oh, I'll just make this girl pretty. And then the other one was like, don't make this bitch pretty. It's one of the two. It's one of the two. Big ass forehead looking bitch. She I feel like she's gonna get up and go right on me. Like
but that's just my opinion. Other than that, where I thought they might censor her, they didn't. Now at this point in the video, I know somebody has probably thought of the spider Daedra. So yes, I did decide to take a closer look at that as well. So my take on this is, they don't look bad. They retain pretty much the same essence, although I would have liked to see that bright red incorporated into their outfit.
This is the third fucking time I'm talking about color. This is the third. I'm so glad I reshaded, but I think I need to change the reshade a little bit more. They are saturating the colors. They're saturating it. This is so bro. They do not understand colors, bro. My gosh, she's got the pale look. Okay, she got the hair, she got the eyes. They changed the head a little bit. But This is the third time, man, that they don't give a fuck about colors. What is going on? Everybody in this game is ashy. That's what this is. Everybody in this fucking game is ashy. Everybody just say. Can I get Oblivion, the Shea Butter edition? Can I get Oblivion, the Shea Butter edition? Can I get Oblivion, the Moisturize edition? Can I get that? So the world can actually have colors?
Outfits, but it's fine. However, if we address the elephant in the room, their chest is visibly smaller.
Mods, listen to me right now. You need to step up your fucking game, alright? I know you're playing the game right now, but you need to step it up. You need to put each and every one of these things that she's talking about in the fucking game. I'm coming for that. If you want to put it on Nexus mods, fine. I appreciate people that bring out mods. I don't trust Nexus mods, the administration, okay? You can put it on whatever mod site you want, okay? That's fine. But please, help us out. We'll endorse you, okay? We'll endorse you.
Let's stop for a second and think who the Spider Daedra are. They are closely associated with the Daedric prince Mephala. Mephala, who is the prince of lies, sex, murder, and secrets. A prince that uses seduction to get closer to mortals and trick them, get them entangled in her cunning web. These Spider Daedra are the perfect ambassadors for such a prince, and so having a more exaggerated chest like they did in the original would have been arguably more.
Dang, she got big hands. Maybe you guys were doing all right with the statue after all.
Lore accurate and in character. No, this is by no means a horrible change that completely ruins the game, but I wonder about the message that it sends when, even in a scenario where the female body tells a part of the story.
There's either two things that are happening here. You guys either are not having the creative freedom, or this is exactly what you want. It's only one of the two. These are absolutely things that you did on purpose. Let's stop playing games, okay? And I have to mention this again. We like Oblivion Remaster. Shut the fuck up. Whoever is watching this video and thinking, well, it doesn't matter. Oblivion is great and you guys are just grifters. Take your fucking meds. Okay, that person is out of the way. Please recognize patterns and let them know for their next game that we want authenticity and we want artistic vision with their games. If you do not want to bring out attractive characters, then you're going to get less sales. It's just how it is. If you don't want attractive characters, if you want to make every person bland, watch your numbers fall. Because after Starfield, everybody's watching your ass. Everybody is. You're not GTA 6, okay? You need to step your fucking game up. All right? Because we got backlog after backlog. All right? If I want to go back to Dragon Age and blow out Morgan's ass again, I can do it. I don't care. Who cares? I don't care.
And lore, they choose to tone it down like it's a bad thing. And it's not like Oblivion is a game where historically all women had super exaggerated bodies and jiggle physics and lots of focus on that sort of thing. So this also meant that having something more open and out there, or откровенное, like we say in Russian, made it that much more effective. If people are worried about over-sexualization, let's be real, those who really want to make things more exaggerated and blown out of proportion will mod that right into the game. But that does not mean that we can't have tasteful depictions of the female form in the game by default. Yeah. And when I say tasteful, I mean they fit perfectly into their world and story. All of this censorship and hiding of the female figure is a really weird way to remaster something. Almost sending the message that women should be more covered up and toned down in general. It's especially difficult to understand when you see that again, for the male characters, this was not at all changed.
They kept those male characters exactly. Look.
Speaking of daydream,
Look what I fucking mean. These are for fat fucking Karens that know exactly what the fuck they're doing. They designed the females to be like, I don't want men to be happy. But as soon as they made this character, they were like, I want a big fucking demon with big fucking arms with veins coming out of his hands, and I want him to choke me. But as soon as she went over on my side of the spectrum and tried to give me something, and every man just went out and said, gimme spider mommy, they were just like, reduce the tit size, reduce the tits, and make her color a little bit different, change the statues. That's what they did. Okay?
look at the Zivili, as buff, as detailed, and as shirtless as ever. Why is this okay? But
because they're fucking perverts for one side and one side only. There's gonna be fucking disgusting Karens out there that want to only appease themselves, and then the men over there who want to get with that ugly ass woman are gonna be like, you know what, girl, you're right. I'm gonna agree with everything that you say. Or it's just Microsoft being Microsoft and Bethesda being Bethesda. You know, certain initiatives and political ideology shit. You know, certain incentives that said, you know, Microsoft told me not to do this. It's either one of the two.
this is not. I will say, they did put shorts on the zombies, which again...
Nigga, why did you put... I'm noticing a pattern, I'm noticing a pattern. Okay? You know you could have just left, you know you could have taken off the pants and then just put just nothing on in between. It would have been fine, you know that, right? We don't want to see you draw penises after the way we've seen you draw people in this game, okay? So it's fine. Just put nothing in between there. And then also, here's another thing. Why are most of the zombies in this game either not have a head or just a little bit of their mouth is like removed? Why don't you do like the zombie on the right where we can see the fucking muscle and bone and the guts in between? It's because you're lazy. That's why. It's because you saw it and you were like, that's hard. That's why. That's what this is. You guys are good at making remakes, but you saw this work and you were like, that's hard. That's what this is. Nothing more, nothing less. That's too hard. This is not ooh, that's disgusting. It's a skill issue. That's why you didn't want to do the whole bones and the disgusting and the colons coming out and shit. That's why.
Consistency? I don't know. It's really weird. Let's look at the Shivering Isles, the famous saints and seducers.
I've never seen this armor before. And I can tell you right now, after looking at this, all of this shit is gone. All of this shit is gone. I don't even need to... I have not reached this part in Shivering Isles. All I know is that this shit is hella gone. It is so gone. Oh. You know what this armor is going to turn into? You know what this armor is going to turn into in the next second that she's going to show us? You're going to have these ladies look like the tree sentinel in Elden Ring. That's right. Bulky armor, fucking giant halberd. Just full armor. A woman's inside there somehow. But she's gonna be the fucking tree sentinel from Elden Ring. Just show us.
The interesting thing about their societies is that they are matriarchies, and this is so deeply ingrained in their being that we even see it in how armor is modeled after females and not males. So the male variant of the
That looks pretty cool too. Oh god, show us. Please show us.
Producer armor and the Saint's armor is actually much more revealing and feminine on the men. One weird thing that I noticed, again related to the
Somehow they pulled it off. Well, you ladies don't have tits, so tits don't exist, okay? Tits don't exist. Oh, that was close. Show the skirt. Show the skirt.
chest area is that it almost seemed more detailed and more modern in the OG version of Oblivion than it does in the remaster.
Damn.
Like, whatever way it's done here is clearly to draw less attention to it, but it's just a bit strange when put side by side with the original. Like, on the original, look at the contour and the definition on the skin, and here, there's just nothing. These are all small examples on their own.
Oh, show us the skirt. Show us the skirt. Oh, God.
I know, but when put together, it does make me think about what the future holds in terms of depictions of female characters. I think that the Elder Scrolls always did a great job of depicting women in a way that was tasteful, even if there was an accent on sensuality and their bodies. It always felt right to the world and to women that played the games also, which is backed up by the fact that Elder Scrolls has a huge female fan base. There's two things that this kind of reminds me of. So one, have you ever seen those CD or album covers in the Middle East? So you have the version that was made in the West and then what was actually sold in the Middle East, how the female artists are much more covered up because that's in their culture and that's just how it has to be. But the other example is when World of Warcraft changed the paintings of women to bowls of fruit, while all of the allegations about the
I'm not gonna change, if I make my own shit, I'm not gonna change it for some sand people, okay? If I make a game and then you guys are like, we're gonna have to change a few things in your game, you're not getting my game then. Yeah, but people want to play your game. Oh, that's crazy, man. That sucks. Anyway, you're not gonna get my game then. Yeah, sorry. Sorry about that. But you're the first game that doesn't have any gay characters. I know, that's crazy, but I'm not gonna adjust my game just because you guys are afraid of some skin. It's crazy though, because people over there don't know what the fuck the age of consent is, but they're able to, they're like, the age of consent over there is iffy, but they're okay with covering up women. So which is it? 9-year-olds or cover up women? Which one is it? Which one? Why would I adjust my game over some weirdos, okay? All right? I know it's not everybody over there, but I'm just saying. All right? I'm just saying.
Ongoing harassment at Blizzard were coming out. This doesn't help the situation at all. This isn't accountability. It's just the erasure of something beautiful that can absolutely be appreciated in a respectful way. But when you take it out, I guess you're just sending a message that maybe women are too much. Can't respect them if they look like this, or what exactly are they trying to say? All in all, I do want to say that I think that the remaster is fantastic. There are so many elements to it that are super beautiful, and I've been admiring the world, admittedly even off stream. I just wish that small and unnecessary changes like this weren't made to, you know, make it more authentic to the original game, but also to not send the wrong message about women and women's bodies. And that is my take on this whole situation. I do hope that I was able to articulate myself as well as I put those thoughts together in my head. If you enjoyed this video, please be sure to leave a like and subscribe. I really appreciate it. As always, big thanks to my channel members for all of your continued support, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.
She's pretty cool. She's awesome. Yeah, I'm surprised by the level of detail that she put into this. She's absolutely right. She's kind of nice about the whole thing, and I get it. But it's definitely a big change that they have definitely done on purpose. Like, we are human beings, and even though not everyone is smart, but we recognize patterns, and that pattern will correlate to their next game, and then their next game after that, and this will affect sales. Because people want escapism. The last thing that people want is somebody telling us what we can and cannot look at. So, anyway, that's what I got to say on this video. That's Angel. She's great. I will send a... What? Can I share? I'll share in a minute. But yeah, that's it for now.